Hey there everyone, HeGM here, coming at you with the top 10 legendaries to craft for Hearthstone. Keep in mind this is my personal opinion. Alright, so for the first three legendaries that I think are the best would be Nat Pagle, Blood Mage Thalanos, and Tankmaster Overspark. The reason for this is that they are incredibly efficient and they're very difficult to counter. For example, if you play a Nat Pagle turn 2, or even if you coin Nat Pagle turn 1, it's just near impossible for your opponent to handle right away. The only real answer to it right away would be like Crazed Alchemist, or your opponent played Shadow Word Pain. But even then, Shadow Word Pain wouldn't be efficient if Nat Pagle drew a card. Then we have Blood Mage Thalanos. This card is very efficient because you play it and then you play like Swipe, or you play Lightning Storm, or some card right after you play Blood Mage Thalanos, getting that beneficial spell power, +1 spell power effect. And then if it is to die, you draw a card. So again, it's just its efficiency is very, very good. And the only way to stop it really from drawing is using a silence on it, which oftentimes is just not worth it. Next, there's Tankmaster Overspark, and this card is just incredibly powerful. You see it in essentially every single top tier deck. That is because it is amazing at destroying powerful cards, whether it be a Ysera, a Ragnaros, a Sylvanas, a Karen, whatever, a Taunt, if you want to get rid of a Taunt so you can go for game. It's just an amazing card, and there's no way to stop it. And it doesn't really matter what the creature turns into, as long as it's no longer a Ysera, a Ragnaros, a Karen, a Ysera, a Taunt, whatever it is, that's just optimal for you. So these cards are just incredibly useful and are game-breaking, and there's essentially no way to really stop them. They're just very good at what they do. Alright, for our next set here, we have Sylvanas Windrunner, Ragnaros the Fire Lord, and Ysera. Sylvanas Windrunner, though she doesn't see as much play anymore, she's still pretty efficient in most decks, and she's just amazing because of her effect, allowing her to take control of an enemy opponent's creature, which is amazing because of the fact that it often stirs fear into your opponent, forcing them to run multiple cards into Sylvanas Windrunner to make sure you don't take any monsters on their side of the board, or on the other hand, you may be able to take one of their powerful monsters, and so either situation will bring you advantage. So it's very difficult and problematic for them to deal with if they don't have like Tankmaster Overspark or a Silence. It's just a very good 6-mana card. Next, Ragnaros the Fire Lord. This card is an amazing legendary and has been considered an amazing legendary for a very long time, ever since people started playing the game. The reason why it's so amazing is because when you play the card, you will be getting an effect right away at the end of your turn, either dealing damage to your opponent directly, which can be game-breaking and either win the game for you or set up for future play, or it will remove cards on the board, giving you board control. And it is great at taking out giants and other pesky monsters that may be problematic. And on top of that, Ragnaros, if Silence, can then attack, so Silence doesn't really work on this card, making it an even greater legendary. Next, there's Ysera. This card is amazing because it is very difficult to remove. Big Game Hunter can't get it, Priest cards can't kill it, and its 12 health makes it very difficult to get rid of. And on top of that, the Dream cards are just absolutely amazing. Ysera Awakens, Nightmare, Dream, all these different cards allow you to get good reach potential by removing taunts or just dealing that last bit of damage you need to win the game. All these legendaries right here, these three right there, are just very efficient in a majority of decks. The next four right here, we have Leroy Jenkins, Karen Bloodhoof, the Black Knight, and Alexstrasza. Now, though I think these are very good, keep in mind that these are more specific, these four cards. Though the last three you saw were also somewhat specific, these are very specific to certain decks. Though I think they are amazing legendaries, and if you want to make a specific deck, I definitely recommend building these ones. First, we have Leroy Jenkins here. This card is, I think, one of the best, if not most broken, legendary in the game right now, just because of the fact that its reach potential is amazing for 4 mana. And on top of that, there's decks like Miracle Rogue, Hunters, other rush decks like some Warrior Rush decks, even some Paladin Rush decks. Any rush deck can use this so efficiently for such low mana and catch your opponent off guard and do like 15 damage or a crazy amount of damage for so little mana in just a moment's notice. It's incredibly powerful if used correctly. Next we have Karen Bloodhoof. This card is great because it's essentially 2 Chillwind Yetis for 2 extra mana. And the Death Rattle is obviously amazing because after you trade with it and they try to get rid of it, you're just going to get another 4/5. And it's just amazing to taunt this card. Very difficult for them to get around. And the trading obviously is very beneficial with that Death Rattle. Next we have the Black Knight. Again, this is very situational. It's pretty much only good against, I would say, Shaman and Druid. Occasionally it's good in other matchups, but typically it's just not that useful. It's a good tech choice, I would say, but it is not 100% necessary to craft right away, but still a good legendary nonetheless. And next we have Alexstrasza. This card, again, is specific, but very good. It allows you to either deal a lot of damage to your opponent or heal yourself up to make sure you can stay in the game. It's a very game-breaking card, in my opinion. Allows you to set up for very strong plays in the future. And it being an 8/8 is also just very nice. Alright, that's it for the Legendaries, my top 10 Legendaries. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. If you guys have differing ideas, please let me know. If you guys have any comments, please leave them below on what you think are the good Legendaries. Maybe your list is a little bit different. If you like the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see future videos or future content on Hearthstone or League of Legends, by all means, do subscribe. Alright. Thank you for watching, folks, and I will catch you all later.